Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dr. Bisaya Otokiti and I will be taking us through another series of the new venture creation today, which is called the business plan. Last week we looked at what the feasibility study or analysis was, and this week we would also be looking at the business plan. Please kindly subscribe, like, also give me your comments or questions. Let me receive your feedback or any question you have. I'll be willing to answer. You also don't forget to turn on your notification button so you know when I drop a new video. Thank you. So I go straight to what we have today, and it is called the business plan. And what is the business plan? Like I said in the feasibility analysis video, that the business plan and the feasibility analysis are not the same thing. The business plan is prior to the business analysis. Then after the feasibility analysis has been carried out, we have the business model. And some weeks ago we also talked about the business model and the business model canvas. So today we'll just strictly be looking at what are the contents or components of the business plan. We said what then is a business plan? A business plan is a strategy for turning a feasible business into a successful business. Don't forget that we said feasibility could mean possibility, it could mean practicability, then it could mean viability, profitability. So it is the business plan is the next stage after the feasibility analysis or report. That is, we now know all the elements or all the indicator for this business or product is showing that if you invest your money into it, it will be successful. Since we now have a clear picture of that business idea or product or services, the business plan is the next stage that takes it into a successful business, or we say making a feasibility report or a feasible product or services to becoming a successful business. Look at parts of the business plan, and there are about 10 or 15 parts that are important. I go over the plans quickly. The first part of the business plan is called the cover page, and the cover page just tells us what is contained in the report. Then what's the title page, the cover page, what is the basic element of the report? This is a business plan of so and so, dated this and that. That is the cover page. Then also the title page. After the cover page, there is the title page that also systematically tells us what the document is all about. It is a business plan of so and so, and it is carried out on so and so, the date and other important elements. Then another part is called the table of content, and basically the table of content itemize line by line or in structures what is contained in the business plan. It tells us what each page of the business plan contains. Then another important part is called the executive summary, and the executive summary tells us, or it showcases all the important elements of a feasibility or a business plan at a glance. It shows all the important elements of a business plans at a glance. That everything that is just a summary of the important things inside the business plan. Then another one we have to look at is the management plan. It means that the management team that presents the management team and their qualification, those that will be sleeping partners, active partners, that is people who will be involved in the managing of the business. Then we, under the business plan, we also have the company description, and the company description is a detailed information on how to locate your company. Let's say, for example, Son of NAFDAC wants to locate your company, or a customer or a business, somebody that wants to finance your business wants to know where your company is. So there should be a detailed description on where to locate your business. Then another important element is the product and the service. It means the product and the service plan. It means what product or what services are you rendering to the public, and what are the features, what are the unique features of this product, either product or services you want to render to the public. Then Another important point is the industry overview. The industry overview, it means what particular industry are you? Are you in manufacturing industry, or are you in textile industry? Are you in food and beverages industry? What industry does your product or services fall into? It could be product, it could be service. So what industry does it fall into? Then another important element are the mission and the vision statement of the feasible project. What are the mission and vision statement? The mission statement are the step by step to achieve the overall goals and organization. Then the vision statement is the big picture of where you are going. Then also I've said industry overview, I've said mission and vision statement. Then another important element is the market analysis. Who are your target audience? Who are the people that will use these products or services? Is it the old? Is it the youth? Is it the average individuals? Is it the poor? Is it the rich? Who are your target audience? Are you targeting a particular age group or a particular age bracket? You must know your target audience, and that can be done through your market analysis. Then another important thing to know is your competitive analysis. Who are existing competitors to that product? There's nothing new under the heaven. So even when it is a blue ocean strategy, there are some products or services that are still closely related to that. Except, okay, even when it is a red ocean strategy, there are companies that are closely related to that. But when it's a blue ocean strategy, it means it is novel, it is new. But at the same time, you should also think about what if other competitors come into that business after you have established that business. So you should also plan for that. Then another thing is the marketing plan. The marketing plan. And what do we mean by marketing plan? How do you intend to make customers or the final consumer be aware of the product? How do you intend to make that product get to the final consumer? I said a marketing plan also describes the market niche, the pricing, the company's image, the marketing tactics, the media plan, and the marketing budget overall. Then also we have the operational plan. Operational plan is how do you intend to make your goods and services get to the final consumer. How it could be your distribution channel or channels of distribution, how your product or the services you are rendering gets to the final consumer. It could be direct channel, it could be indirect, it could be through the wholesaler to the retailer to the final consumer, it could be directly from the manufacturer to the final consumer, it could be manufacturer, wholesaler, final consumer, it could be any of those channels. Then another important part of the business plan is the organizational plan. The organizational plan, and the organizational plan, it looks at the business from other perspective, or looks at the business, looks at the people aspect and the legal form of the business. What are the other things that you are not thinking of as a person, and it has to be put into consideration. So the organizational plan has an overall view of what the organization is. It also describes the roles and the compensation of the key management personnel and their important employee policy. Then another important part of the business plan is the financial plan. How do you intend to raise money initially? But now you should also present a forecast for the future growth of the business, how to bring in money, how to sell those products, how to turn them into money. So the financial plan also includes the financial statement. Maybe for the first 2 years you're not making any profit, or you're just breaking even. The third year, the fourth year, we want to see a financial plan for at least 5 years. Then another important part is the growth strategy, and this describes how the business intends to expand in the future. How do you want to get new investors? Do you want to diversify? Do you want to sell? Do you want partnership? Do you want joint venture? So the growth, what are your growth strategy plan? Then another one is called contingency plan. And what do we mean by contingency plan? It means that the section of the business that plans to look at risks of the business, things that you cannot even think about or you can't remember. Contingency: if anything happens, what happens? If this happens, how do we solve it? If this happens, how do we solve it? So it looks at the risks of the business, such as changing economic condition, changing government policy, disaster, economic situations, and like that. Then it also suggests ways to minimize any emergency in the future. Then another one we'll be looking at is called the supporting documents. In the process of you are trying to submit the business plan, if you have any other thing that you think is not included in the business plan and you feel you should add it to the business plan so that it's going to be a robust plan, or it's going to sell your product or services to the investors properly, it is better you add it. Let's say, for example, example of a supporting document is, in the process of starting this business, or I want to start a business, I inherited large acres of land and the location is good, so I can decide to tell maybe the investors or directors or management or my team that I have this land though, I don't mind listening to the company, and these are the papers supporting the document of the land, and like that. So if you have any supporting document, can also be added. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, questions, please don't forget to put it in the comment section below, and kindly subscribe. Also turn on your notification button to know when I drop a new video. Thank you.